Hello students, today we'll be creating a new project which will be using the broadcast command, and the name of the project we will give is movement of animals, movement animation, movement of animals game. Okay, so in this game we don't want the cat sprite, and in this stage we'll go into the backdrops and we'll take a savanna backdrop because we'll have different animals in it. So this is the savanna backdrop. Now I will choose a sprite and I'll click on animals sprites. Then I'll just hover my mouse over the sprite to check which sprites are walking. So I pick this bear sprite, but it looks too huge. So I'll reduce the size to maybe 70. Okay, 70 also looks a little big, so I'll make it 50. Oh, 50 looks too small, so let's keep 60. 60 is fine. Now I'll take one more animal, maybe a dog. So in animals again, uh, so this chick looks good as well. And this is the dog, so I can take the dog sprite. So I'll keep the dog sprite here. I'll also reduce the size maybe to 80. Yeah. Then I'll also take one more sprite. Okay, first we'll do with these two sprites, and I will paint a new sprite. I will use the square option to make a rectangle, and then I will use the T tool, the text tool. But now I don't want the same shade of purple. I'll take a different shade and click inside the box, and we will write here start, and I click outside it. You will see some dots around the text. When I drag on the dots, I can increase the size and I can move the text inside the box. So this is my start box. I drag it and place it here. If you feel it is too big, again, you can change the size maybe to 70. So that is your start box, start button. Now we will make one more button. So again, I paint a new sprite, so it opens a new sprite box here. Then I choose the rectangle tool to draw the box. And if you want to fill a shade, it's a double shade. At the top here, you can see this is the solid fill, and this next one is the double shades of fill, where you can choose two colors, vertical shading or horizontal shading, or this is radial shading. So I like the vertical shading. You can choose the color 1 and color 2 as per your choice. And then with the text tool, I choose a darker shade of the color for writing the text, and click here, and I will write here stop. So this will become my stop button. I drag it inside, place the text properly, and place the stop button here. If I feel it is too big, again I resize it maybe to 88. Let us see. Okay. Now when I press the start button, at that point I want the animals to start moving, right? That is my objective. So first of all, we start doing the coding for the stop button supposedly. So from events, when the flag is clicked, from motion, I want to bring the go to X and Y, so that even by mistakenly if I move this go stop button, but as soon as I press the green flag, it goes to this particular position in the beginning that I have set for the button. Same thing I will do for the start button. From events, motion, go to XY, and I want to do the same for the bear. I want him to start at this particular position as soon as the green flag is clicked. And also the dog, when the green flag is clicked from motion, he should be going to this particular X and Y position on the stage. Now we'll do the coding for the start button, and the coding is that in the events we have this code called when this sprite clicked. So as soon as I click on the start sprite, so it should be sending a message to both the bear and the dog that they have to now start moving. So we will send a message from events. If you scroll down the events, you'll see broadcast message 1. Click on message 1, click on new message, and the message I want to send is start moving. Okay. Now the bear will receive this message. You can see here when I receive, that is just above the broadcast. So when the bear receives the same message, you have to make sure it is the same message name which the button has sent. So when the bear receives start moving message, then it is supposed to start moving. So when I click on the start button, did you see the bear moved 10 steps forward, right? But I want him to continuously keep on moving. So from control, I bring the forever block. Now when I press the start button, he's continuously moving, and as soon as it touches the edge of the stage, stops there. But we want him to turn back and return. So from motion, if you scroll down, you will see there's a command called if on edge bounce. So as soon as it touches the edge of the screen, the animal bounces back. But as it is bouncing back, you can see the direction is turning all around. Over here, this is all around option selected. That means the whole body of the animal turns all around when it touches the edge. If you want to make sure only the left and right side of the body turns, so under motion, we have this command called set rotation style left and right. Now, when I run the start button, so when it bounces back, only the left and right side of the body is turning. And we don't need to put it inside the forever. Outside the forever, when we put only once, we have to set the rotation style of the animal, and it remains that forever. After that, now you can see children in the costumes. We had seen this bear has got a multiple costumes walking A position, B, C, D, a lot of costumes. So we have to change the costume as he's walking. So we have to go in the looks commands, and here you will see a command called next costume. So I bring the next costume, and now when I press the start button, can you see the animation effect? The bear is walking with the different costumes, and if it touches the edge, it bounces back, right? So I stop it. Now we'll do the coding for the dog. Same way, the dog will also, when it receives from the events, when I receive start moving, then the dog will also continuously forever start moving 10 steps. If it touches the edge, it has to bounce, and also I have to set the rotation style. And one more thing is left, that is changing costumes. So you can see the dog has got these 3 costumes, 1, 2, and 3. So if you don't want him to be thinking, you can always delete this costume. I will just show it to you once. So let me put the next costume first. Now when I press the start button, you can see both the dog and the bear have received this message. And as soon as both of them receive the start moving message, they both start moving. And you can see the dog is continuously changing its costumes and walking. If you want him to move little slower, so from control, you can bring the wait block and place the wait 1 second, change it to maybe 0.2 seconds. So every time a change of costumes happens, it changes he waits there for 0.2 seconds and then changes to next costume. Now, if you don't want the thinking costume for the dog, you can click on the thinking costume and delete it. So now it will be just walking with the change of these two costumes, right? Okay. Now we'll do the programming for the stop button. So I click on the stop button. Again from the events, we'll bring the command when this sprite, that is the stop button sprite, is clicked. Then children, from control, there's a command called stop all. That means all the sprites, whatever action they're doing, whatever scripts are following, they will all stop. Okay. There are other two options, that you can stop only this particular script or the other scripts that are there for this sprite. Okay, let me press the start button and make it full screen. And when I press the stop button, it will stop both the animals. Again, when I press the start, they both start moving. When I press the stop, they both stop. Isn't it interesting? Nice game, right? Now I will create one more sprite. I will take, and that is of a dove. Okay, I place the dove right here in the beginning. In the events, when the green flag is clicked from motion, it has to go to this position. And from events, when I receive start moving, at that time, I want to change the direction of the dove. I want him to fly upwards. So from motion, I have to bring point in direction, and I can decide in which direction I want the bird to fly. Supposing the 45 direction. Then from events, from control forever, it has to start moving motion, move 10 steps, and also from looks, next costume, and from motion, if on edge bounce, right? Oh, okay. And also set rotation style left and right. Now let us run this. When I press the start button, can you see the dove is also flying in the random direction? If you want him to wait for some time in between, from control, bring wait 1 second and make it 0.2 seconds. Now let us run. So the bird is flying little slowly. I hope you enjoy working on this animation project. All the best. See you. Happy coding.